Hey everybody, it's Jane from Jane Stitches. We are working on block number G12 called Gloriae. I believe that's how you pronounce that name, of the Dear Jane Quilt. And this is great. It's a great block for practicing your curved piecing. What else? Make sure you label each one of the pieces as you're cutting them out. Like I always say, I made a very detailed how to hand piece a quilt block video, which I'll link below, so you could see in detail about what I use and how I hand piece. But this is it, another one down. Watch on to see how I did these curves especially, and let me know how far along you are. I think this might be our 15th or 16th block so far. And I'm in a wonderful Facebook group, which I will put the link into, and it's great to see how different everybody's blocks are. But that's it. I'm holding down the little corners here. They just want to pop up. Enjoy, and as I always say, let me know if you have any questions. All right, I have all my pieces laid out for block G12, Gloriae, I think it's pronounced. And it's a really pretty block, all hand pieced. I'm not doing any applique, anything like that. So what I'm going to share with you for this video on how I'm making it is my order. And then I am going to come back to show you how I do the curved piecing right here. So the order that I'm going to put this block together is I'm going to do these units first, right here. Then I'm going to attach them to this inside star. And then I'm going to put on the these side pieces, and I think I'm going to do these first, then put these together, and then attach those. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And it's a lot of sewing, a lot of hand, a lot of stitches, but that's why we love this quilt, right? The ones of us that are hand piecing, I can't even imagine doing this on my machine. The hand piecing for me is just that much easier. But anyway, there we go. So I'm going to go and I'm going to put these units together, come back, and I will show you how I put those into that curved seam. All right, so I have a couple of these sewn on. So I'm going to show you how I do the next one. The first thing we have to do is find the middle of this curve and the middle of this curve. What I do is I take this piece, fold it in half. Not yet, actually. I take a pin and I go through the point on either side. So the sewing line, the point, the star, like that. Smush that together and then finger press down here. Give it a nice finger press. So there's that middle. And now with this one, I just take it, again, fold that in half, and line up this line and this line on either side, like that, and then finger press this. All right, and then make sure you have your pins. Applique pins work really well for this because it's kind of small. I'm going to start with this middle fold, lining those both up. And then I go through the sewing line right at that fold on this side. And then I find the corresponding line and fold on the other side like that. And then pin this. And then I move up to one corner. That side, the other side. And then we have to pin all along these two sides. And you kind of have to finesse the fabric. Okay, then I just hold that, pin in the middle, move that down a touch. Do the same thing on the other side. And then we'll fill in the spots in between, or the space. It's going to get moved down just a little bit, a little more. See, I'm just kind of letting that form around my finger. And I've got two cottons here that they have very different temperaments. This green, it's really old, is much kind of stiffer. They've both been laundered, and this white is quite soft. So think about that too. You can make your life easier if they're both like equal, I don't know, character, temperament. All right. Now let's sew. So go in right at that point on either side. Let's do a back stitch and then stitch along. Just move this up a little bit. Every once in a while, I'm putting in a back stitch. And it's really important when you get into the curves, especially, that you keep your stitches nice and small, especially around the curve. And the other thing you can do is to push this down a little bit. Use a thread that matches, or maybe a gray thread for darker fabrics, just that so it kind of gets blended in. All right, so I need to push this down. I'm going to remove this pin because it's kind of holding up the works here. Push that down. Good. Do a back stitch. Go through the seam allowance, coming right out at that sewing line. Push this down. I made the executive decision to go with that stitch. Push this fabric down about 1/16 of an inch, and that's what it wants to do. This curve just wants to pop up. I swear my whole body tenses up when I'm working on these curves on the camera. And wow, can I feel it in my shoulders. Okay, let's go through that seam allowance. Fold it over. And then just continue. All right, so I'm going to sew to the end. Then we'll come back and press this and see how our curve looks. All right, here's the side I just did. And I'm quite happy with my curves. They look good. What's a little challenging is how to press this. So usually when we do a curve, we want to open up, press away from the curve so that all this bulk gets spread out, right? Like that. But if I do that here, all four sides, we're going to get these massively bulky corners. So it seems like my only option is to press towards the curve, right? To the inside here. And you do get some there. So you could see it folding over. So I might have to snip some out later. I don't know. But it looks fine from this side. Definitely could do with a little trim of the seam allowances. Take some of this bulk out this way so I could go through that and do that for sure. But that's the inside of this block. There we go. And it's super cool for sure. You know, the other thing is the look. You have, you know, the roll over this way for this piece. And on these two sides, you have the roll over here, right, from the centerpiece. So I'm going to keep going with this. I'm going to sew on this last, let me move this out of the way. Sew on this last section. And then, oh, naturally, I lose these little pieces all the time. All the time I lose them. But then I'm going to sew these going across like this. And then this to this. And then finally that piece on. All right, and I'll meet you back here and we'll see if I've come up with any new ways of pressing this. Here it is all done. Really sweet block like they all are. The little corners are just popping up, but it's very sweet. I really like it. The pressing, I did have to press, you know, away from the point and then towards the point, because otherwise these corners just would have been super, super bulky. Another little tip is make sure you can see my labeling of these, each one of these pieces. Make sure you label them as you're cutting them out so you don't get confused and spend time, you know, trying to figure out what piece it is. Because like these are two separate different pieces and they look so similar, you really need to label them. So that's it, you guys. Give it a shot. These are gentle curves, so they weren't really difficult. And it's another one done in our Dear Jane quilt. All right, everybody, happy stitching.